Ip Man returns to Foshan with one goal. He wants to open his own martial arts school. But according to local tradition, no one can open a school without the approval of the martial arts leaders. To earn that approval, every challenger must pass 3 dangerous trials. One mistake is enough to fail. In these tests, failure could even mean death. Ip Man's opponent is a skilled female master. The rules are simple. Both fighters must stay inside a small circle. Beside each of them is a burning oil lamp. The first person whose lamp goes out loses the match. The woman wastes no time attacking. Her strikes are fast and accurate. Every punch is aimed with precision. IP Man stays calm and focuses on defense. He blocks every attack while protecting his own lamp. Neither fighter can afford to make a mistake. One careless movement could put out the flame. Every punch, every kick, and every step has to be carefully controlled. The battle continues with both masters exchanging blows inside the tiny circle. Despite the woman's speed, Ip Man remains composed. He patiently waits for the right opening. Finally, he takes advantage of a small mistake and wins the match, clearing the first trial. Without giving him time to rest, the second trial begins. This challenge is even harder. Ip Man is blindfolded. His opponent is Master Chen, a martial artist famous for his swordsmanship. Fighting a swordsman is already dangerous. Fighting one without being able to see makes it even worse. As the fight begins, Master Chen attacks again and again with his sword. Every dodge is based on instinct and years of training. Although he cannot see anything, Ip Man slowly adapts to his opponent's rhythm. He finds an opening, counters the attack, and defeats Master Chen. With that victory, Ip Man passes the second trial. Only one final test remains before he can earn permission to open his school. This time, he must face Grandmaster Hong's students. A large ceremonial doll is placed in the middle of the training ground. A single stick of incense is lit. Before the incense burns out, Ip Man must dot both eyes of the doll. It sounds simple, but the students immediately surround him. Instead of attacking one by one, they fight together using the Golden Lion formation. Their teamwork makes it difficult for Ip Man to get close to the doll. The students attack from every direction. Ip Man is forced to defend himself while looking for a path through the formation. This fight proves even more difficult than the first 2 trials. After a long struggle, Ip Man finally breaks through their defense. He fights his way toward the doll and prepares to complete the challenge. Just as he is about to dot the doll's eyes, the ceremony is interrupted. A foreign martial artist named Mr. Pike suddenly arrives. Because of his unexpected appearance, the final trial is stopped before Ip Man can finish it. Mr. Pike has come with a proposal for Grandmaster Hong. He wants the martial artists living on Zhonghua land to leave so he can build a Western boxing gym there. He even claims the land was used as collateral for an old debt that has now grown to 30,000 taels. To convince Grandmaster Hong, Mr. Pike promises money, food, and a better future for everyone if they agree to move. But Grandmaster Hong refuses. He tells Mr. Pike that Zhonghua land is the foundation of Chinese martial arts. If they give it up, they will lose the place that has protected their traditions for generations. Hearing this, Mr. Pike leaves empty-handed. After Mr. Pike leaves, the tension inside Zhonghua land continues to grow. One of Grandmaster Hong's students, Lei Yihu, tries to change his master's mind. He tells Grandmaster Hong that accepting Mr. Pike's offer would solve many of their problems. They would receive money and food, and they could simply move somewhere else. But Grandmaster Hong refuses once again. He tells Lei Yihu that martial arts and the workers living on Zhonghua land are the roots of the Chinese people. The land is more important than money, and he will never sign the agreement. Lei Yihu finally reveals why he is desperate. His mother is seriously ill, and he needs money to pay for her treatment. Even after hearing this, Grandmaster Hong refuses to change his decision. Disappointed and angry, Lei Yihu walks away, to care for his sick mother. While he is with her, Mr. Pike suddenly visits him. Mr. Pike already knows about his situation. He offers Lei Yihu a large amount of money. He also promises to pay for his mother's treatment and take care of her. But there is one condition. Lei Yihu must work for him. His mission is simple. Kill Grandmaster Hong and force the people of Zhonghua land to leave. Looking at his sick mother lying in bed, Lei Yihu finally accepts the offer. That same night, Lei Yihu kidnaps Director Shu, the leader of the workers living on Zhonghua land. An old man witnesses the kidnapping and immediately rushes to find Ip Man. He tells him everything he saw. Believing Grandmaster Hong may be responsible, Ip Man heads straight to confront him. When they meet, Grandmaster Hong is just as surprised as Ip Man. He knows nothing about the kidnapping. Before they can figure out what happened, one of Hong's students arrives with urgent news. Lei Yihu has taken Director Shu to an old warehouse. Ip Man and Grandmaster Hong immediately rush there. Inside the warehouse, they find Director Shu tied up while Lei Yihu waits with several men. The moment Lei Yihu sees them, he orders his men to attack. Grandmaster Hong tells Ip Man to rescue Director Shu while he deals with his own student. The fight quickly breaks into 2 battles. Ip Man fights through Lei Yihu's men to reach Director Shu. At the same time, Grandmaster Hong faces Lei Yihu. Both masters are heavily outnumbered. Lei Yihu and his followers keep pressing their attack, making it difficult for either master to gain the upper hand. Just as the battle reaches its peak, the police suddenly raid the warehouse. The old man who witnessed the kidnapping had secretly informed the authorities. Leading the operation is Madame Wei. She arrests everyone involved and brings them to the police station. However, the case takes an unexpected turn. Because powerful supporter, he is released almost immediately. Madame Wei is furious, but there is nothing she can do. Meanwhile, Grandmaster Hong bails Ip Man out of custody. After leaving the police station, Lei Yihu returns to meet Mr. Pike. This time, he comes up with a new plan. Instead of simply killing Grandmaster Hong, he wants to murder him and frame Ip Man for the crime. In return, he demands even more money. Mr. Pike agrees. Later that night, while Ip Man is at home with his wife, Madame Wei suddenly arrives. She places Ip Man under arrest. He is accused of murdering Grandmaster Hong. At the police station, Ip Man is shocked by the accusation. Madame Wei explains that Mrs. Hong witnessed the killer. According to her, the murderer was wearing a long black gown and a black hat. The killer was also carrying a butterfly sword. Ip Man immediately realizes what has happened. He tells Madame Wei that someone is trying to frame him. He points out that if he were really the killer, he would never leave his own sword behind because it could easily be traced back to him. Madame Wei is not fully convinced by the evidence against Ip Man. To test Mrs. Hong's statement, she comes up with a simple experiment. She dresses another man in the same long black gown and black hat that the killer wore. Then she asks Mrs. Hong if she can identify the murderer. Mrs. Hong immediately points at the disguised man. At that moment, Madame Wei realizes the truth. Someone deliberately dressed like Ip Man to frame him for the murder of Grandmaster Hong. Lei Yuhi uses his connection to gain access to Ip Man's cell. There, he finally reveals everything. He admits that he killed Grandmaster Hong himself. He disguised himself as Ip Man, used Ip Man's butterfly sword, and left it at the crime scene so the police would arrest him. His plan worked exactly as intended. Before leaving, Lei Yihu bribes several corrupt officers. They secretly release a group of dangerous prisoners into Ip Man's cell. Their only mission is to kill him. Ip Man is still handcuffed when the prisoners attack. Their leader is a ruthless fighter known as Black Leopard. The prisoners rush at Ip Man from every direction. Even with his hands restrained, Ip Man refuses to surrender. He fights back using quick strikes and precise movements. But the prisoners have the advantage in numbers. Black Leopard joins the fight, making the situation even worse. Ip Man is slowly overwhelmed. During the brutal fight, he is stabbed in the stomach. Barely able to stand, he continues fighting until Madame Wei arrives just in time to stop the attack. Without her intervention, Ip Man would have been killed inside the prison. While Ip Man struggles to carrying out his plan, Lei Yihu and his men set fire to the warehouse and brutally attack the workers inside. Director Shu and the workers finally realize they cannot keep running. They decide to fight back and reclaim their factory. The next morning, Director Shu leads the workers to the entrance of Mr. Pike's property. They publicly demand that their factory be returned. Mr. Pike comes outside and orders everyone to leave. Director Shu openly accuses him of being responsible for Grandmaster Hong's death and Ip Man's imprisonment. Mr. Pike calmly denies every accusation. He claims he knows nothing about either incident. Later, Mr. Pike meets Lei Yihu inside a church. Lei that he will deal with the workers. But Mr. Pike has already decided that Lei Yihu is no longer useful. Without warning, he pulls out a gun and shoots him. Lei Yihu manages to escape, but he is seriously wounded. Mr. Pike immediately hires Black Leopard again. This time, he gives him a new mission: kill both Lei Yihu and Ip Man. Meanwhile, another tragedy strikes Ip Man's family. His son, Ajun, one of the children, runs home and tells Mrs. Ip that Ajun is missing. Director Shu, who was there at the time, rushes to the prison to inform Ip Man. The moment Ip Man hears the news, he knows he cannot remain behind bars. That night, he carefully tricks the guard watching his cell. He pretends to disappear from sight. As the confused officer opens the cell to investigate, Ip Man suddenly attacks him. He quickly knocks the officer unconscious and escapes from prison. At the same time, Madame Wei follows the trail of Lei Yihu's blood through the streets. She finally catches Achting. Lei Yihu tells her that she cannot kill him. He claims he is the only person who has evidence against Mr. Pike. Meanwhile, after escaping from prison, Ip Man heads straight home, but someone is already waiting for him. Black Leopard. The ruthless fighter blocks his path, and he has no intention of leaving until Ip Man is dead. The fight begins. Black Leopard relies on brute strength and powerful attacks. Every punch carries tremendous force. Black Leopard keeps charging forward, trying to overpower him. But Ip Man stays focused. He patiently waits for the right moment. Finally, he launches a series of fast punches that break through Black Leopard's defense. With no other choice, Master Zhao slowly prepares to sign the document. Just before the deal is completed, Ip Man arrives. He immediately stops the signing. Standing before everyone, Ip Man exposes everything Mr. Pike has done. He accuses him of bribing Lei Yihu, taking control of Zhonghua land, framing him for murder, and causing Grandmaster Hong's death. Mr. Pike refuses to admit any of it. Instead, he proposes one final challenge. If Ip Man and the Chinese masters can defeat his champion, he will abandon the land and leave. But if they lose, Zhonghua land will belong to him. The martial artists accept the challenge. Master Zhao steps forward. Master Zhao attacks with several punches, but his strikes have little effect. The champion barely moves. Then, with a single powerful punch, he sends Master Zhao crashing to the ground. Master Zhao is defeated. Seeing this, Ip Man steps into the arena. The final fight begins. Ip Man attacks with quick combinations, using his Wing Chun techniques to pressure the champion. The Western fighter answers with raw strength. Neither man is willing to give up. The fight becomes more intense with every exchange. Just as Ip Man is about to finish the champion, Mr. Pike suddenly interferes. He joins the fight himself. Mr. Pike lands several heavy punches that knock Ip Man to the ground. Bleeding and exhausted, Ip Man struggles to get back on his feet. For a moment, it looks like the battle is over, but the people around him continue encouraging him to stand. Their support gives him the strength to continue. Ip Man rises once again. This time, he attacks with even greater speed. His punches become faster and more powerful than before. Mr. Pike tries to fight back, but he cannot stop the relentless attacks. Ip Man keeps pressing forward. Punch after punch lands cleanly. Mr. Pike slowly loses control of the fight. He is defeated. Moments later, the police arrive at the scene. With Mr. Pike and his men,